At the turn of the century, Zambia had an agriculture-heavy and mostly cash-based economy, with over 60% of the population without access to basic financial services, mostly due to lack of infrastructure in rural areas where the majority of Zambia's population resides. This reliance on cash transactions created obstacles to economic activity because most of the money was not in formal circulation, and this limited access to financial services for those living in rural areas. However, in late 2008, a beacon of hope emerged for the unbanked and became the leading mobile money provider in Zambia. Their innovative mobile money solution would reshape the financial landscape. It was called Zoona Money Transfer. At its height, Zoona had teams based in Cape Town, Zambia, Malawi, and Mozambique. And over the company's 12-year journey, it went through 3 funding rounds, raising over $30 million, created over 3,000 jobs, processed over $2 billion in transactions, and serviced over 3.5 million customers. The Nike Foundation and Unreasonable Institute selected Zoona as one of the world's top startups for helping girls out of poverty, based on a microfinance model that empowers girls and young women to become entrepreneurs. How did a company with such enormous impact fail to capture all the value it had created and shut down at a time when mobile money was at its peak? The African sun beats down on Kitwe, Zambia, where brothers Brad and Brett were born, founders of one of the early future pioneering companies of mobile money. After trying out a few ventures that failed in Malawi and Bangladesh, the brothers returned to Zambia with proceeds of 2 modest exits and a lot of experience. Brett now lived in Cape Town after quitting his job at JP Morgan in London, while Brad was living in Zambia. As earlier mentioned, Zambia was mostly a cash-based society, especially in industries like cotton farming, where payments moved in trucks guarded by armed men. The risks were high. They included thefts, delays, and exclusions for those without bank accounts. These factors were extremely relevant. One evening, Brad was discussing an idea with an American colleague from USAID. What if they could digitize these cash flows, making transactions safer, faster, and accessible to everyone? After the meeting, he sent a text to his brother. Brad and his brother Brett saw an opportunity. With USAID support, the brothers secured a grant to pilot their solution in Zambia's cotton sector and launched mobile transactions. The goal of the business was to replace cash in trucks with digital payments, ensuring farmers got paid securely and instantly. Soon after, a global cotton company, Donovan, believed in their vision and invested $350,000 for 35% equity stake in the brothers' newly formed company. In exchange, the Magraths built a payment solution for Donovan to manage payments to their 150,000 smallholder cotton farmers. But this was just the beginning. While this was happening, Mike Quinn was completing his